I think, there can be an unconscious bias and people like to hire people that are like themselves. So when you have a lot of men in their 50s or 60s and, they've all kind of been to the same school and they all play golf together, that's what they're used to and familiar with.
History, legacy, I think there's no real driver of change.
I think it's something that's probably changing, but I do believe that the culture would encourage men a lot more to pursue careers, to really push themselves.
I think it's because it's a legacy and historical piece, and things haven't changed quick enough over time, but that's beginning to change now at least.
First hand, I think a lot of people just are more comfortable with men in those roles. People look up to men in those roles and feel more natural in taking leadership from men in those kind of roles.
I think a lot of women would like to be on the boards in corporate Ireland, but women reach a stage in their careers where they unfortunately have to make the decision as to whether they want to start a family and maybe make priorities in that sense or continue climbing the career ladder.
I have to say that my impression in relation to that might have changed over the last few years. Certainly I think times may be changing.
Yes.
I am very ambitious.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
Yes, I'm ambitious.
Am I ambitious? Yes, I believe I am, but not in an overly overt way.
I think so, yes.
I think that it's important not to be seen to be trying to put others down in your efforts to achieve your own ambitions in the workplace.
Absolutely. If it's coming from a positive way, then completely yes.
Yeah, I think it's a very good thing to show ambition in the workplace.
I think that's difficult to do as a female, and I think females will approach that in a slightly different way.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. I think the best way of showing your ambition is in your actions and in your performance.
Absolutely. I think if you don't show ambition in the workplace, no one's going to know that you're ambitious except you.
I'm going to say once, and it's now, but it hasn't happened yet.
I would think that conversation actually happens every year, every role I've been in. Whether I ask for or not is another story.
I've actually never asked for a promotion in my career.
And I had to ask for my first initial promotion.
Well, I technically was passed over about a month or two ago.
Yes, I feel I have been passed over for a promotion at a time when I expected that I did deserve that promotion.
Yeah, definitely.
It's never happened.
No.
I think it's wrong.
Actually, it kind of makes me a little bit shocked. I would have thought from this year alone, we actually live in a world of equality.
It surprises me. I am an employer myself. I have people working for me, and when I'm putting together a job spec, it makes no difference to me whether the candidate is male or female, and the salary level is signed off in advance, regardless of whether they're male or female.
Given that it's nearly 2016, that feels wrong.
It's very unfair when you think about it. Women should be paid exactly the same salary as men for doing the same job with the same responsibilities.
Not very happy, I could use other words.
That's really hard to take, actually.
I was so nervous.
I would have felt nervous because maybe my manager wouldn't have felt the same.
Very nervous, very cheeky.
I think I would feel extremely uncomfortable going into my boss and asking for a pay rise.
I would justify my request by backing it up, and
It wouldn't be a problem.
I don't feel too bad. I don't think anybody should feel too bad about it.
For me, it helps me kind of, see the wood for the trees, because when you're in something and you're doing something every single day, that's all you see.
Benefits are definitely being able to talk to that person possibly a little bit more openly than you would to your employer or your manager. They also, for me, is a sounding board in terms of encouragement that, yeah, you can do that, yes, you are worth that pay increase, yes, you are ready to move to the next level.
Opens up your circles of reach, gives you a different perspective of things that are different to what your company would be looking at.
I think direction would be the key, and confidence, really.
Outside of the hustle and bustle of every day and every week and every month work, and get a bit of context for where your career should be going, and what you want to get the most out of developing yourself and your career.
So for me, again, I see no reason why in the 21st century and 16 years into the 21st century there needs to be such a big divide.
It's something that I'm aware of, and I have been aware of it over the last few years in terms of work, and it's something I believe that you need to be conscious of in your job, and you need to really make a difference on a daily basis.
But it's definitely changing, and I think it will continue to do so. And in fairness, I think you see it as well too from analysts or the markets. There is definitely a requirement out there that there be more women on boards, not just in Ireland, but across the board, across the globe.
Really and truly, genuinely thought 2015 on the stroke of 2016, I really well and truly thought this would be over.